As I tune into the energies of this particular week, I recognize there's a lot of similarities that have been propping up from the last few weeks, the last few weekly transformational forecasts. So I'm going to give you 2 does and 2 do's, as well as the forecast itself. Hi, I'm Veronica Lee. This is your weekly transformational forecast for the week of March 14th, 2022. So as I was trying to feel into the energies, and I don't have to try too hard at this point because the energies are a little bit intense and loud, let's say, I, of course, often look for something new or different. Has there been some kind of big shift, right? And in this particular case, it's sort of like, no, we're still cycling through. So here's your first duh, which is we have been going through a huge transformation. That is the collective we, and most likely it includes the we, right? The individual we. And so what you are experiencing is being part of this huge transformation in your own life. So that's the first duh. The second duh is that it, in and of itself, because there's so much going on, so much that's, transforming within us, that it can make you feel scattered, confused, uncertain about your direction, uncertain about what to do next, and just in general create a lot of not just uncertainty, but almost like frustration because of that uncertainty, and even fear and anxiety. So those are kind of some more does, not to say that it's all just, crapola out there and that what we're feeling like is just so anxiety ridden, but those are the general pictures that are happening for us collectively, and most likely for you as an individual. So I'm going to give you 2 do's. The first do is to really recognize and honor all that you have been going through. And I don't want to just throw this all on the pandemic. The pandemic was really and has been part of this larger shift that we're going through. And so it has offered us an opportunity to really focus on what it is we are transforming, right? And so to really honor that might look like, how do I slow down? How do I come inward? Well, that's the phase we've basically been in for the past couple of years, starting to emerge and such. But the point being is, have you been honoring that? Or are you kind of chomping at the bit and pushing yourself to do more than you really have the capacity or willingness to do? So really honoring that, coming inward transformation process might look like making sure you get plenty of sleep, making sure you don't overcommit to anything. So for some people, you're going back into the office, or maybe it's an option. So maybe you choose to do it at a smaller pace. There was a survey or something that it said people's sound tolerance has gone way down. So they're not used to being around a lot of people and all the noises that are associated with being with crowds again. So again, if that means for you, you need to take a little bit more quiet time during your average day, then do so. The other do is to recognize this is temporary. This too shall pass. You aren't going to be in this soup of unraveling and figuring out and transformation forever. Yes, we are ever transforming ourselves. We are ever changing. But this greater transformation, this movement from what we were to what we are becoming, is a pretty significant process in our lives. And the truth is, it's not going to last forever. In terms of where we are collectively, I don't even want to give a number, but it's like, I would say we're, maybe 2/3, halfway there in terms of this intense transformational process. but we are individually all over the spectrum. And so wherever you may be is going to depend on, what it is your soul agreed for you for this particular lifetime, and what is that you wanted to gain through this process. So with that, for many people, this process has been sort of this unfoldment that's very slow and painful, with it feels like things are changing, and then it feels like we've been brought back a few steps. So just recognizing this too shall pass. So with that, I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer by any means. I am Veronica Lee, and I want to say that my name Veronica does the meaning of it is something about true image. It was like supposedly the cloth that was covered Jesus was covered by Veronica. She placed the cloth on him. So I'm trying to give to you as true of an image as I possibly can based on these energies. And so again, taking care of yourself, right? Reminding yourself this too shall pass. And I'll throw in a third little bonus which is remember you have resources, you have tools, and you have a wisdom far beyond that which you are currently able to see. And so just meditate on that and recognize that this transformation has been approved by your soul, and you are well on your way to being who you are here to be. So until next week.